Get ready to rumble!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and wild ones of all ages, step right up. I welcome you to come on inside the
There's no need to fear.
PsYcHo Mike
Is here.
PsYcHo Mike, he's my hero!
Well, I'll tell you what, they just don't get any more psycho than PsYcHo Mike. That boy ain't right.
He is wrestling's original Psycho, as well as wrestling's tattooed madman, PsYcHo Mike!
This is real, brother. This is wrestling.
Up into the ring in just a moment or two for more exciting fucking action.
See, frankly, I'm just overwhelmed. I really can't explain how I feel about this man, Baz.
We've gotten solely to meet Harley Race, who's a legend, a phenomenon, almost a folk hero, 7 times World Heavyweight Champion. And knowing that for the 3rd time, Dusty Rhodes can become World Heavyweight Champion meant a lot to me and a lot to my fans. But nothing I don't think that I've ever done means more to me than the friendship of the friends I can count on this one hand. And Ronnie Bass is one. And I don't think what happened was meant to be. I pray to God it wasn't meant to be. Solely earlier was named special referee, and I know Ronnie as being a fair man. I know him as being right down the straight line, because every time we went to buy cattle, anytime we were any place, he was there with his money, he was there with his half, he was there with his half of the work and his share of the load. And carrying a load in this country right now is a very, very hard thing to do. But here's Harley Race, 7 times, God and solely, World's Heavyweight Champion. Introductions here, Dusty Rhodes. It was the most ecstatic night I'd ever spent in my life. Orlando, Florida was on fire. They knew for the 3rd time Dusty Rhodes would become World's Heavyweight Champion. It was a great match. It was a grueling match, and you're going to see it transpire right before your eyes right here.
Harley Race now preparing to remove his robe, and I'm sure at that point we'll be seeing the $10,000 solid gold and diamond studded NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt. Dusty Rhodes looking to gain that title for a 3rd time, and Race, of course, having to pick up the schedule, all of the matches that had been signed by the former world champion Ric Flair, and now it is Race standing in that place. There you see Ron Bass in the center of the ring, and it is Harley Race removing his robe now, the belt around his waist, and as you said, of course, an overflow crowd at the Eddie Graham Sports Stadium in Orlando.
You know, Gardner, as things pick up here, the things that were going through my mind this night is to regain the World Heavyweight title for the 3rd time. Harley Race and Dusty Rhodes. Like I say, it was the loudest thing, the loudest roar, the loudest night, the most ecstatic night I'd ever spent. And the match drew on to like 45 minutes. We just gonna see parts of it. But being ready for something like this is what you prepare for all your life. And Ronnie Bass, knowing well, Ronnie, you know well that the World Heavyweight title shot would be yours immediately following this match. There was no doubt about it. I spoke to him before. I wanted to referee. He refereed it right down the middle. And what transpires in the end, I just can't believe or deal with at this point in my lifetime, because nothing that I've ever done has meant anything if I'm going to lose a friend over it, as you know. And you see Harley here taking the bionic elbow and taking the powder, taking a walk, because the American Dream is ready to talk. And tonight is my night. It's the night of nights. The American Dream becomes a world champion for the 3rd time.
Race, of course, a cagey veteran of the ring wars, an outstanding athlete. He has wrestled more than half of his adult life, and began an early career, began professional wrestling at the age of 17. At one point in his career there, good block by you, Dusty, and you're stinging him now with a series of lefts and a good solid right hand.
And you see here, Ron is just telling it like it is, man. He said, I'm going to call this down the line. And he say fists ain't legal. And he's telling Harley, and he's telling us both. I feel real comfortable with this situation here. Not the fact that Ronnie Bass is the closest friend that I have besides Black Jack Mulligan, but it is the fact that Ronnie Bass is calling this thing like he sees it. If I'm going to get beat, Garden Solie and Buddy Coat, if I'm going to get beat this night, then Harley Race is going to have to beat me right in the middle of the ring. And I'm going to tell you what, the things that's flowing through my body right now is not anything that I've ever felt before, because I've wrestled this guy many times. You look at here, Dusty Rhodes, Hall Driver. I got so much control of that. I'm going to show it. I'm going to build my card to all the fans before I drive his head through the canvas. And Harley Race being a great champion, probably the greatest champion in the history of wrestling, and has to be now 7-time World Heavyweight Champion, knows and feels that I'm full control of this match. His only way out is the rope. You see Ronnie here breaking it, and you see the crowd, and it's just all going my way. I feel real comfortable, like I said, with this situation.
Well, you know, Dusty, it seems like Harley Race from the very beginning was fairly apprehensive, because he knows for a fact that you do have the ability to defeat him, as you have defeated him in the past for the World's Heavyweight title. And how well Harley Race knows that this night here was one of those most important, crucial nights in his wrestling career, where he could lose it and you could become the third heavyweight champion for yourself.
You know, buddy, that's true, but you know, I know myself, anytime you win the World's Heavyweight title, right away, the very next night, you have to go and pick up the dates of World's Heavyweight Champion. I mean, I don't know, sometimes your body's not prepared for it, the airline travel and everything, and the people you're going to meet, because you're gearing yourself for somebody else. And I geared myself for Ric Flair, the World's Heavyweight Champion, on this Father's Day night. And when Harley Race re-won the World's Heavyweight title, I was ecstatic to the fact that, because defeating him twice that no other man has ever done, and knowing the people were going to be there behind me, and knowing the situation that the CWF had put Ronnie Bass in, I felt it's going to be a fair thing. And I know Harley Race is a tough man. He's battered and bruised me throughout his career. But you can see there, a stiff kick always equals out the devious deeds of Harley Race. And right now, I've got him in full control, as I do for the whole 45 minutes. You see the pain, the blues, and agony on the 7-time World Heavyweight Champion face, and Dusty Rhodes is that close to being World Heavyweight Champion for the 3rd time.
Bass moving in very quickly and very closely, checking with the champion here, asking him if he wishes to concede. And of course, we all know that Harley Race is not the kind of a man that's going to give up or concede easily at all. And there you can see the tremendous intensity on the face of Dusty Rhodes and on the face of Ron Bass. He is watching this match, and as you said, Dusty, calling it just exactly as he saw it. He was certainly, if anything, making sure that nobody could say there was any favoritism of any kind during the match, and everybody being aware of the fact that you two are such close friends.
God, I know that I wish sometime that I could know what's in a man's mind. Most of my people, my friends that I know, I can tell what they're thinking. Ronnie Bass has always been the kind of man that spoke his mind and spoke his piece, and all I wish that he'd have done is just told me, said, Dusty Rhodes, you know, I don't want you to be World Heavyweight Champion. I don't want these things to happen. I don't like it because you're getting all the glory. And I'll tell you for damn sure, Garden Solie, and this is a fact, hell, I don't need the glory. I don't need the money if it means the friendship of Ron Bass. And what happens after that or what he wants, I don't know. But I know that I don't want this thing with Ronnie Bass, because I don't care, like I said,
when the other was in need. And for things to happen that are coming up, it's just incomprehensible that these things do happen.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to rejoin this action in just a couple of moments. Harley Race.
You know, we talked about our feelings and everything, and I think the people know how I feel, but this is an important match. And as you see right here, the bionic elbow is still as powerful as it ever was, and Harley Race has felt it many times. We've taken this thing right there. You see, that could be the crushing blow. Matter of fact, the first time won the World Heavyweight title was with that blow right there with 2 bionic elbows. You see me getting ready to drop it right here. Full control of this match. Probably if there's anybody out there that would, you see he's heavily lacerated, anybody out there that was scoring this thing would have me ahead 98 to too. I mean, this thing is just the fact that Dusty Rhodes is prepared. Harley Race is there as world champion, and it's my night. Right here, I'm going into it. I'd been working on his leg real hard earlier, stepping into it. The people are screaming. We're going into the figure four, and I stepped down on him. Now, Gordon, from here on, I want you to watch real close. Ronnie Bass asked him, does he give up? The man's heavy lacerated. The figure four is clamped on. As you can see his face, the crimson mask. And right here, you see Ron Bass asking him. I'm down there dealing with it. I mean, I'm clamped in, man. I got some chubby little legs, and when they get clamped in, they ain't nobody gonna get out. And right here with my back turned, right here, the turn of events that happened. You see Ronnie Bass going up the top of the rope. Nobody, even the crowd was stunned. I was stunned. Right here, you see him break the hold. And you see Ronnie Bass right here going in for whatever my mind just don't really realize. I'm talking to him right here. I'm saying, Ronnie, what you doing this for? What is it? And right here, I'm still talking to it. And right here, there's a heavy blow because that man throws a heavy right hand. And you see right here, Harley Race right here cover me, and Ronnie Bass count me down. And this is the lowest spot in my whole lifetime. The lowest time that I ever spent was laying right there, dazed and battered and everything. And right here, I'm still trying to talk to Ronnie and the people. I say, Ronnie, what'd you do it for? He's gonna add insult to injury at this point. That's why I think it was just something that he had strung up inside him. We fought before. We fought in bars and we fought in different places, but nothing like this, and nothing to deal with the philosophy of the world's heavyweight title. And we're gonna stay right here. You see some raining of stuff to being thrown in, and you see Blackjack Mulligan, friend, better than a brother in there also too. And you see Brad Armstrong, and we don't get a shot of this, but outside the ring, Barry Windham confronted Ron Bass and was shoved on his butt, man. And Barry's coming back in now from getting up from that thing, and Ron Bass is left for the dressing room. And this scene that follows this, it doesn't need a lot of comment because right now I'm wanting to know why, and I'm wanting to know what for, and I have no idea what Ronnie thinks about the situation. We're gonna go to the dressing room here. I want to confront Ronnie Bass, not as a warrior, not as a gladiator, or not as a somebody. I want to confront him as a friend. I want to know why it happened, because like I said, Gordon Soley, before, you see Brett Armstrong there and some people there around me, and the crowd hasn't left. I want to know, because I'm gonna tell you one thing, Ronnie Bass. If that world's title belt meant that much to you, if the money meant that much to you, whatever it was that meant anything to you, I would have gladly gave it to you, because I have in the past gave you the shirt off my back, my friend, and you know that for a fact. So I hope and I pray, like I say, that Ronnie Bass comes to grip with himself. You see this point, and you see us all going in there, and the films were there to tape and to film the new World Heavyweight Champion Harley Race, and then the newly crowned Dusty Rhodes World Heavyweight Champion, because I knew it was going to happen. The press knew it was going to happen. Right here, walking in the door, Ronnie, I say, Ronnie, what for, man? And you see right here, Ronnie nails me in the dressing room against the wall, and he's down on me. And Barry Windham here and Blackjack trying to pull our friend off of him. And right here, Blackjack Mulligan takes one in the gut and one in the head, and Barry Windham takes one in the head. And you see Ronnie right back here, and now you see him pick up the bag and go for it, and Brad Armstrong and Scott McGee, and Ronnie Bass goes to his car, Gordon Soley, was whatever thoughts he wants. He's left a lot of friends laying on that floor in there, a lot of people that care about him, a lot of people that want to know why Ronnie Bass would do something like this. And he get in his car and he drove away, and there ain't nothing else left to say about Ronnie Bass's situation.
Come out here and you want to say why things have happened, huh, Rhodes? You want to know why? Well, I'll tell you why, boy. Ever since we were just little bitty kids, ever since grade school, every time we was out there playing football, whenever little Virgil Rhodes got in for a touchdown, they never was said about Ron Bass running the interference for him. It was nothing about the blocking that I did. Then we go on to college, the same thing. You always got the headlines, and I was also the man in the back scene, boy. And then when we became business partners, we'd go to cattle sales with yourself, Mulligan, and you. And that little wet Barry was bigger than that. It was always Dusty. It's your cattle, bud, but it wasn't that way. It was half mine, Rose. I want you to remember something, boy. Whenever I had the Southern title, they said, Bass, you get the title shot, brother. Did I get it? No, Virgil Ruddle's got it again, not Ron Bass. That's why, Rhodes.
Ronnie, I know you don't want this, man. I know that this is not you. And what do you want? I mean, what do
You want to really know what I want, Rhodes? I want you, boys.
Any other man would have not walked away from this right here, Ronnie Bass. I don't care at this point whether you're sitting home and think it's cornpone or you're not into the situation. Because you're not blood. You're not brothers. And I don't give a damn about anybody in here that don't care about the situation. Ronnie Bass is a friend of mine. Ronnie Bass is a close friend of mine. And if it's the money, if it's the belt, if it's the power, then I'll give it to you. I would rather give you my life and my heart, Ronnie Bass. Because I damn sure don't need. I'd rather have the friendship than this crap right here. So you take what you want. I know in Orlando, being you against the Hayes and Sullivan, Eddie Graham, Saturday Night Special Referee, you never missed a shot. I know you'll be there. But don't tell me you're not my
No need to fear.
Psycho Mike
is here.
Well, I'll tell you what. They just don't get any more psycho than Psycho Mike. That boy is right.
Yes, the tattooed madman Psycho Mike. And this has been my twisted world of Masters of Mayhem. Part-time crazy. 100% psycho. Thank you very much for joining me. See you on the next episode of Psycho Mike's Twisted World of Masters of Mayhem. So, stay sick, turn blue, scratch glass, climb walls, but most importantly, do it while you can. Don't get caught. And stay fucking crazy. Huh? tattooed madman Psycho Mike. And if you don't want to get locked in a mental ward with me, you'll click like and hit subscribe now.
Oh yeah, I want you to stay sick, turn blue, scratch glass, climb walls, but most importantly, do what you can, don't get caught. And stay fucking crazy.